Wow, that's amazing. They got banned from WPN.
I am
We should bring them on the podcast.
Listen.
Banned from WPN. We got to get another #1 episode.
You got to cross out the old one and just write it underneath, though.
Have Taylor Swift looking over them, though. I have to get my refilling a little bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to May This Be With You, America's most favorite MTG podcast. Where welcome back, George. It's time to start listening again. I am, of course, joined. What's to look for?
It's just so much better when you're here. We don't have to. Every time Josh and I start it, we don't know how to start this thing.
No energy. No energy.
You're a much better podcast starter than either of us is.
In person. I'm, of course, joined. Absolutely. But the second best person in this podcast, Josh.
Oh.
I was curious who the guest was. Thrown off.
Oh, that has been my favorite comment every week. At this point, is George just a guest on the podcast?
That's pretty good. All right. Who said that? That's pretty good.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
It's my burner. It's my burner.
I am also joined by the man who lived out his life's mission yesterday. Watch out. Next up, Mars. Coming for you, Elon. Louis DeGeorge.
Thank you. Not the best day of my life. Maybe the third after my kids.
No way.
Fourth after my
There's
marriage.
not a chance. You did not react like that when your kids came out. And if you did,
go get your wife. There's no way that face you made when your kids came out was.
Also, if you did react that way when your kids came out, shame on you. What is that?
Like,
What kind of reaction is that?
Pretty good.
Oh my God, it's a child!
Well, so surprised.
I got it.
I see dollar signs here too.
It really is mine.
It's a new game. Alestrals, where are you?
All right, introduce Josh. Let's go.
All right,
Come on, keep it going with your intro. This is the longest intro.
George.
Do you smell burnt toast?
Stone broke him.
Do you smell burnt toast?
Did you introduce Josh?
Yeah.
What was your intro for Josh?
Second best person in the podcast.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I blocked that one out. That one hurt.
Well,
Episode, guys. Good job.
I want you to
That
know
one dug in deep.
this is now my favorite intro we've ever done.
That one dug in
This
deep.
is now my favorite intro we've ever started off rough, ended strong.
Just for that, I'm going to get my own stone and put it
Love
up there.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome back to the podcast.
Wait, do you have a stone too?
Shh.
His isn't foil. Is probably beta too.
Oh,
Really? Nice.
Louis like, oh, you're the poor person
Did you
stone.
open that? You're buying.
Keep it. This is the longest podcast. This is the longest podcast
Today
intro
we're going
ever.
to be chatting about the Black Friday Amazon sales or lack thereof. We're going to be talking about Back to Ravnica. We're going to go into conning Magic the Gathering. Josh and I are going to con Magic the Gathering. We're going to talk about the Pokemon market.
Boom, baby. Doing great.
Is that the grenade going off?
Was never a bubble. Continue, Louis.
We're going to talk about me getting stoned. That is pulling the stone. And then we're going to talk about the massive Lorcana restock. So let's get right into it. Did you guys buy anything on Black Friday? Magic the
I
Gathering.
bought a lot of stuff on Black Friday.
Any Magic the Gathering?
No.
Classic.
I did. I wanted to do. I was doing a live stream that I knew was opening Sorcery and Magic like side by side to get the experience, and there was a Black Friday deal of a collector box for.
That?
Yeah, I bought a collector box for $100. It was awesome.
Which one was the best box opening experience you ever had?
It had to be Sorcery. Best box opening experience I've ever had. I opened the packs like this too.
God, that is my favorite.
That's your best piece of content.
Like,
I don't care how many thousands of dollars that card's worth.
That and like sleeving cards are the two things you do the best, I would say.
Oh man, I still haven't sleeved a card on camera since that stream.
That's
Nor
a good
should
call.
you. You could never
That's a
see
good
them
call.
off stream either.
That's a good call.
Like, you could call more over anytime you open a card worth more than $5.
Like, I need you to sleeve this card for me. I bought Dominaria Remastered. It wasn't a Black Friday sale, but it was still on Amazon for like, I think like $65 or $70 below distribution cost for collector boxes. And so
Distro had some sales this year.
yeah, Distro did have a bunch of sales. Pokemon and Magic.
That's a lot of Pokemon.
Listen, Distro's
more
always
than
just
the other.
looking out for you guys. Distro's a friend of the local game store looking out for you. Hooking you up.
Okay, no comment. I plead the fifth. Plead the fifth. It was, but there
I'm in
wasn't
YOLO
the,
mode, baby. I can run free. I can run free now.
George is unhinged. This is going to be trouble.
George gone wild. Here we go, baby.
we didn't see a Amazon sale like we've seen the last 2 years, though. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I feel bad for Jeff Bezos. Like, how is he gonna? He got a new yacht. He got that cowboy hat. Like, that dude needs our help.
You've lost the string. You've lost the strand. We have no one.
Is that not where you guys initially went? Like, oh my God, Jeff Bezos, how will you exist without magic?
All right, I'm gonna reel it in. So I'm gonna answer my own question.
Good luck, buddy. Oh, I didn't. That's fine.
I have a hot take. I think
The best part is when you announce it.
I think that we, as the Magic community, absorbed the supply that Wizards had. They said in the fireside chat when they were reading Wikipedia articles and talking about the cocktail parties, they said in the fireside chat that they had a huge surplus of inventory. And then we saw all the sales, and I think they burned through it. I don't think they have that
landfill. We all saw it.
Well, they also threw it in the landfill.
Yeah, they also threw it in Texas.
But I just think they don't
heart.
have that surplus anymore. So I think we will still see sometimes good deals on Amazon and that kind of stuff. But I don't think we're going to see these massive what do they call it? What the pillars?
The tent poles.
We're not going to see these massive tent pole sales.
That's right, because it doesn't even follow. We're just Tentpole is the new mascot. Tentpole has replaced Bucky's as the mascot of this podcast.
We're not going to see these huge sales all the time that are dumping product because they're just not. I don't think they're printing as much as they were in 2021.
So that's my next question: is do you assert then that they slowed down their printing, or that Magic sales have gone up?
I don't think the volume of purchase boxes has gone up. I don't think that
from 2022 to 2023, because you talked about last year and we talked about this year.
Maybe you're right. I think people are
they're going to shatter the record this year.
I think people I think people are far more interested in these sets for sure. Ixalan is a far better set, and they have chocked it full of good stuff compared to Crimson Vow, right? That's
there is no love for vampires anywhere.
Throwing shade at the vamps, dude.
Dude, people hate Crimson Vow.
Yeah, I'm with them. I'm with people.
And Midnight and everybody says the same thing, that if they would have just done one set and combined them and made it a good set,
they did that.
No, they didn't. They had two sets that had a bunch of fluff. They had a bunch of stuff that wasn't.
And then they combined them into one super set. It was horrible, and it was horrible.
God, remember those double fluffs? Remember the big marshmallows, the double stuffed marshmallows? Those were goat.
We used to play Chubby Bunny with that.
Yeah. God, those were so much better than regular marshmallows.
People have died playing Chubby Bunny.
People die doing everything.
Also, this just got very morbid.
I know. It's crazy.
Hold on. Let me Louie for a second.
Sidebot challenge. Let's go, baby.
I'm going to bring us back on track now.
There you go.
I was not surprised to see the slowing of Amazon sales. The lack of Black Friday sales did surprise me. I have been saying I think Wizards of the Coast for the last year. I said this early when I started on the podcast, and I got roasted for it. I said Wizards of the Coast, they can't be stupid. They know they're printing too many boxes, and that's going to slow down. And lo and behold, they're slowing down. But I did not see them passing up on Black Friday. You can't tell me a story. They don't have something they wanted to sell. Are they reading the room?
Let me be the comment section real quick. That's not true. I saw a bunch of Black Friday sales, and they were all over the place. People
it was Streets of New Capenna starter commander decks.
Of Black Friday sales, and you're trying to pump your bags. That is true.
I don't think I own a Magic card.
What bags? Nothing's for sale.
So I just wanted to reply.
Do I not have a single Magic card?
Because we did see Black Friday sales. They just weren't from Wizards. And I think that's a really important distinction in what you just said. Wizards didn't come out and there was nothing. There was like a couple sets like Dominaria United for like
we
2
saw
hours.
like we saw the common the people who always dump everything dump some stuff. But I mean, like it wasn't crazy, right? Like it was like nothing made me go like, oh my god, this is insanity.
Well, last year we saw the set that had just released on their Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
It was
But
Brothers War, I think,
that's-
wasn't it?
Mhm.
I think that's
the whole point of what makes this ecosystem work, right? You guys as stores can, if you want to do Black Friday sales, that's fine. The problem is when Wizards of the Coast does them, right?
Yeah,
when they
undercut
break the
distro.
chain. Yeah, when they break the chain and they undercut everyone and sell direct to us, that's what hurts the system. If you guys decide that it's within your financial well-being or health to sell these things cheaply, no single store can have enough of this stuff to make the whole market just go boom. Wizards of the Coast, different story.
Yeah, unless they throw it in the dump. I mean, this is why MVP Sports channel sponsor.
Yeah,
They're not.
New potential.
Wow,
sponsor.
you took it too far. You meant to say podcast sponsor. You said channel sponsor.
Listen,
I saw it in your eyes. You were like, I have to roll this back.
When MVP Sports is ready, they know the email address.
They know the number. They know the number. Get in them DMs. Get in them DMs.
They got banned from WPN. I mean, that makes them part of this podcast. I think
anybody who's been banned from any game has a home at May the Zoo be with you.
Oh, we got more bannings coming. Don't you worry, George. I got some stuff in store.
They got.
I'm excited.
They got banned for criticizing Wizards. Essentially got banned for criticizing Wizards doing that.
Is that true?
That's what the article says. That's what they claim. I mean,
they got banned from Wait, they didn't get banned from carrying Magic, only WPN?
Yeah, they got removed from WPN. Yeah. because they, according to them, because they were so critical of these
games
sales.
They're so soft, man.
Yeah.
So soft.
Well, Chris,
I don't know. There's a difference here. I think MVP Sports probably berated this for a better part of a decade now. It wasn't 6 months of insult.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, if you're like, somebody says something mean about me on the internet, I gotta kick him out of my club. It's like, come on, man. Like,
I think you're correct. But if we're alluding to a banning that we might have seen here on this podcast, two very different things.
In the article, they cited that Wizards said that it was because their store wasn't nice enough to be WPN, and they
don't show them game growth.
In the article they included the link that they had sent to Wizards. They were like, this is as good as at least half of stores in WPN, isn't it?
Have they been in business for like 1,000 years?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they a distributor? Isn't that the
no? They're attached one. They're friends with one, I think.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Besties.
Anyway, I'm yeah. So,
wow, that's amazing. They got banned from WPN. We should bring them on the podcast.
Listen.
Banned from WPN. We gotta get another #1 episode.
You gotta cross out the old one and just write it underneath. Though.
Have Taylor Swift looking over them though. Be like naughty. Do the naughty Taylor Swift.
It's funny.
Did you see Taylor Swift has the top 10 songs, all 10 of them?
Goat.
That
Absolute
is
goat.
She's the only artist.
Well, I'm going to let you finish, but I don't know if you heard Beyonce's better than Taylor Swift.
No.
I just know I have to follow that up with something ridiculous.
The Tay-Tay and Beyonce beef, though. I got to admit it. I love it.
Did we start that?
It's clear they don't beef, but it's clear like the fan base's beef.
Yeah.
You love it.
Did we
love
start
any beef?
I love beef. I love beef. It's always what's for dinner. It's like you. It's like you and your diet. It's always what's for dinner.
Oh, man.
That and pepperoni sticks.
I eat a lot.
It's wild to make content gnawing on a pepperoni stick like an animal. Like cut it up into slices. I got a pepperoni stick upstairs. I cut it into slices.
It's like it's a beaver building a dam of magic.
I didn't have time.
What are you doing all day? What are you doing all day when you can't eat a pepperoni stick?
Talking on the phone to us.
Yeah, talking on the phone to you guys and shipping boxes. Okay, back to Black Friday. So, the
transition time.
It didn't surprise me that we didn't see any sales.
Really?
I'm surprised that we didn't see. So I'm a little surprised we didn't see the bigger markets do sales. Like, and I think the reason is that they had already done them. Like, what's the the store that stopped carrying Magic, that said they were not going to carry Magic.
Troll and Toad.
Troll and Toad. Like they didn't have to do sales because they've been doing sales. Like a lot of those companies are starting to do their Black Friday stuff not as Black Friday sales and like 2 weeks before, because they're starting to see like the market spend, like they don't want to compete with everybody else who's doing Black Friday stuff. So that was kind of interesting.
You don't think it could be something else too? We've talked about on this podcast, the business of Magic changed, right? It doesn't behoove stores to buy a pallet, stick it in the back, and if it doesn't sell, it's going to go up in value. People are much more reserved in their
sales,
orders.
not stores.
Yeah, they're so much more reserved in their orders. When Black Friday comes around, they look back, they're like, oh, I didn't believe in any of this stuff, so I don't have a ton of it just sitting around.
Yeah.
But we've also now seen, as we go into the Ravnica Remastered, that they are starting to do, like, they put Amazon sales out before distro even had prices up for Ravnica.
What's the price?
They had
like
$135 draft boxes, which is like I think like $10 to $15 below our costs.
And before you argue with him, that's correct.
Yeah, and then they had collector boxes. I don't remember exactly.
I thought collector boxes boxes were not on sale. I thought it was collector packs. They never, for some reason, the collector box item never went on sale.
That might be true.
I imagine buying a collector pack from Amazon. That's gonna come. That's gonna look like Louis sleeved it.
It would probably come as a full collector case.
Yeah, you're getting a case of Commander, a case of collectors, or it's gonna look like Louis folded it.
You're getting a CN2 pack. It's like what you're getting.
But like the speculation is that
snowball.
The speculation is that they are basically, they still printed as much as they did for Dominaria Remastered, but they were like, distro basically was like, we're not taking that many boxes, and so they just dumped it on Amazon.
So I had a passionate discussion today with somebody who works in distribution, and I told them, I was like,
was it MVP Sports?
No, they're my new friends. They might be my new distributor.
Let me guess, it's one of your reps. Let me just go out on a discussion. I had one of those last week.
I'm a passionate guy.
Hey, you're a believer.
Yeah.
You bleed passion.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I see that about you.
I bleed inside. And so
it's not good.
Not good. And so like I told him, like, you guys are gonna eventually have to stop acting like the pandemic is still going on. Like you guys
hold on. We need a George internal bleeder card. Magic altar card. It's like George.
No, I only want to be a sorcery card.
Internal bleeder.
You're welcome, Simon. Already game designing for it.
What's the full art of that gonna look like?
Not great. And I told him, I was like, you guys can't shove stuff down our throats anymore because nothing is pumping.
No.
Like, you have nothing to threaten me with.
One Piece is, but they don't have One Piece.
They don't have One Piece.
Yeah, so, there's one distro that has One Piece.
That's also why One Piece is pumping.
Yeah, none of you carry it. So, like, you're like, take this or else. I'm like, well, or else. Okay, God bless. Like, reality is here for a lot of us that, like, we're never going back to that. Not for a long time.
We called this 6 months ago.
Absolutely.
Stores were going to stop ordering, right? Yeah. No store is over ordering.
No.
I'm ordering on Ravnica Remastered. I'm going to order like 2 cases.
Yeah, of course. Like, why would you?
Who wants it?
Well, he was like, I need your Pokemon order. I'm like, all right, 3. Like, what do you want? Like, who wants this garbage? I mean, like, it's like, you guys, like, there's no reason for me to order more than I know I can sell.
Yep.
If I don't know I can sell it, you can hold it for me. You can be my storage now. Right. Before, I had to be my own storage.
Lord of the Rings is a prime example. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks, and it's on their bargain sale list.
And that's the other thing. It's like, why am I going to buy it today when, like, I know the price is going down later?
Now you know how we feel.
Well, like,
why would we buy it? We know it's going on sale on Amazon.
They tried to get me Shining Fates this week. I'm like, you guys are out of your mind. You guys held on to it for 2 years. Yeah, now you're trying to get me to take it?
That's crazy.
It's
con
artists.
I want to respond to that, though, because, like,
I'm getting
I
refill.
think
You're back.
I think the
Because you're
biggest
more important because you're a store. And
No. I think the
I believe
biggest issue in both of those statements, though, the way that you feel as a consumer and the way that I feel as a store owner, is the lack of MSRP. Like if there was an MSRP that like was held up and that Wizards didn't undercut,
Sure.
and that was the drive was like they want boxes to be selling around an MSRP, then there wouldn't be this kind of issue. But there's not that, because like they can pop up anytime because they got rid of MSRP. They can pop up anytime and sell boxes wherever they want to, direct to consumer.
So I just don't. I've spent a lot of time internally debating the whole idea of MSRP because it's a huge conversation in our community. So I don't want to let us move on without sharing some thoughts on that. It's just tough because with Magic the Gathering, it's so readily available. And this is part of the reason I think I was going to say something that, and I'll still say it when George gets back, but we have so many stores selling the product right now. It's so readily available. Wizards offering the product at, some MSRP. I don't know if it changes the market all that much. And I haven't done enough research about products that have MSRP versus products that don't and how a free market impacts the value of those boxes. But if you continue to use the distribution network and then Wizards just doesn't dump on Amazon, maybe there's some sets it doesn't affect, but I have to think if Ravnica Remastered is as readily available as it was, it's going to get to where it is, or at least close to anyway, right? Dominaria United, a set that didn't really hit with people, was highly overprinted. I would think it's going to get there anyway. Same with Streets, things like that.
But doesn't the action of having MSRP hold accountability to the company to create products that are valuable enough to reach around that MSRP? So in other words, if Magic went back to having MSRP, they are now accountable to themselves to create a product and print the right printing that it reaches some sort of percentage of MSRP.
I think that's wishful thinking.
Well, I think right now they have a glitch in the system where if they don't create something that's like that, they can
Alan
just
Greenspan
dump it.
shows up.
They can just dump it, and there's no repercussions to them as a company because they don't have a suggested retail price.
Well, there is. Like Magic the brand has taken a hit because of this practice. There is repercussions. Magic the brand is not the same as it was, and that's not saying Magic is dying. That's not saying, but the brand is taking a hit. Also, in a perfect world, Wizards of the Coast does not want to deal with any of that. They're not designed to deal with that. That requires, if they're going to do that in the long term, requires a whole team of people, logistics. Things would probably have to get streamlined. I can't imagine it's true. It's not true break even when they overprint and dump everything on Amazon. I don't think it's true break even from a labor printed perspective. I also don't think when they dump everything on Amazon at some price, it just all sells out instantly.
Wizards makes a lot of money when they sell boxes on Amazon. Let's say that Wizards.
That's not what I said.
Let's say Wizards sells a booster box for $100 on Amazon,
right? Never said they weren't, but it doesn't behoove them in the long run to continue that model. Like, that's not helpful. Like, how many? Look at your comment section. How many people? What's the percentage?
Your comment section.
What's the percentage of people? What's the percentage of people in your game store? What's the percentage of people involved in indie TCGs that are running away? There's a negative impact. It's not
I agree
free.
that there's a negative impact, but the impact to Wizards' bottom line is that they sell more product and that they're still making a lot of money. I mean, look at dude.
At that moment.
Right, like I agree with you that they are ruining the future of Magic the Gathering and
oh my god,
thinking short term. I agree with all that, but if you look at the way Hasbro is running right now, they are siphoning all the money out of Wizards for other things, so they don't.
Okay, before we get too far down, because I hate this conversation. Wizards is evil. They're ruining Magic. They're siphoning. I hate all this. If this is beneficial,
not what I said. What about your WPN status, Louis?
If this is beneficial. We just had a conversation of we believe it's coming to an end. It's slowing down and or stopping. And demand for Magic hasn't skyrocketed. Why did they ever lower their print runs then? If it's beneficial for them and they make a ton of money doing it, why wouldn't they just keep doing it?
I don't know.
Well, I don't assume
Hopefully
the company that makes billions of dollars is stupid, so they're stopping it for a reason.
Well, they want,
and that reason is it can't be that beneficial.
Well, they want it to be a healthy ecosystem.
Because that benefits them in the long run. That's what they need.
I do think this is the year of WotC saying we have to improve the ecosystem. Because listen, last year they broke every record for revenue. Now, I don't think it was nearly as bad of a year as others do. Right? I tend to believe numbers don't lie.
It was a bad emotional year and it was a great fiscal year.
Yeah, but we've all had bad emotional years. It wasn't a bad sales year, and that's your scoreboard, right? That's your key indicator. But I do think this year they're saying we have to do more than just revenue. We have to 100%. Get stores happy. We have to get online players happy. We have to. It's kind of like Bob Iger at Disney, right? He's like, we've got to fix what's broken,
right?
And and to their credit, no major sales on Black Friday seem to suggest that they're fixing what's broken.
Yeah, and that's I truly believe that the argument of Wizards makes a ton of money doing this and it's so beneficial to them. They love this. They love selling direct to consumer at crazy undercut prices. They clearly don't want to keep doing that because we've seen them. If they wanted to keep doing that, if it was crazy beneficial to their company, they would still do it. They can't be all about.
If they wanted to sell direct, this wouldn't be hard. They could tell every store, tough luck, pound sand, you're dead now.
Right. But they know that they can't. It is not beneficial to Wizards of the Coast. It's not beneficial to the company. It's not beneficial to the direction of Magic the Gathering, which is what makes them money. They're just not dumb.
I think it's going to be really important to see if they actually stop doing it or if they've just become more creative in the ways they're doing it. We just had a massive secret layer that had
in my head is this guy behind a curtain going, I am the land of Oz. I have boxes for sale. I am not WotC. I am MVP.
The secret layer that they just did with all the draft packs.
Yeah, but those draft packs were from the same era that we're talking about.
There's Dominaria Remastered there. There was Phyrexia will be one in that. There was a lot of sets.
For some of our viewers that don't know what you're talking about, Louis, can you inform them and not me about what was in this?
They had a secret layer.
In this secret layer?
I don't remember the price on it.
It's way funnier if you lie about
an MTG podcast.
It was a secret layer. It had, I don't know, 20-ish draft packs, 36 maybe draft packs.
Yeah, it was like a chaos draft thing.
Chaos draft in a box. And it was right before basically Black Friday. It ended a month ago. So
how much was it?
I don't remember. But it had a really good secret layer set of cards that Chrome Mox in it. Really good secret layer set of cards.
What else did it have? What's always in these things?
And then the convention edition.
Convention edition booster. Yeah. They're everywhere, dude.
Can I just say that is the wildest thing to me? Remember those boxes like $20 trillion?
Yeah. Well, no, the retail one is still expensive.
It's like they finally wanted to become an indie TCG. It's great. I love it. They're like, a box is valuable.
I just
put it to the ground.
I just think that I don't know. I would wonder.
God, they could do Chaos Draft indie TCG edition. 500,000 print run.
Wait, do you get a different pack from every indie TCG?
Everyone. I'm in. Everyone.
I can build some of those kits. I can build some kits.
You have to build decks, and you're like, one pack is a Genesis.
The card quality feels bad. Oh, never mind. It's a cryptic card. It feels fine.
Why is made an appearance?
Why is there a grid?
God, that'd be so good. You have to negotiate with your opponent the rules.
We should just do that. Why don't we do that?
Basically, that's the name of the podcast, basically. God, how did we not call this podcast Chaos Draft? Oh my God, did we fumble?
Because when you guys started the podcast, you hated Magic. Remember? Magic was evil.
That's fair.
Magic was dead when we started the podcast.
Magic is dying. Every indie TCG is going to take it over. Screw you, reps.
I don't want to all up to 22,000 players, probably.
All right, hold on. So
maybe.
We are so off topic from back to Ravnica.
Welcome to George's back, baby. Welcome to George's back.
What do you guys think was the?
This is what we get nice
on topic for 2 weeks. That's over now.
George, what would be a reason for them to remove MSRP? What is not the public facing reason?
I think MSRP is stupid. So I support it.
Okay, why?
MSRP only works against the retailer.
Oh, because if it's something pumping,
If it's something hot, I can't charge above. I feel bad. I will not charge above MSRP. I don't do it.
Well, and they could go to Wizards and buy it.
Right. And if it's dead, and the consumer's like, hey, idiot, so-and-so has it for $14 and a pretty look. And I'm like, well, I got $14, but I can't give you a pretty look. And you're just trapped. I mean, I think MSRP in
how does
TCGs,
MSRP prevent that, or how does the lack of MSRP prevent that from happening?
It means I can charge what I want to charge for a box.
Okay.
So the example being something like a complete bundle.
So you're saying that before MSRP, if you sold for less than MSRP, you felt like Wizard didn't like that?
No. If I sold for more, I didn't like that.
Right, but I'm responding to when things are selling below MSRP. Why couldn't you just lower your price?
There's when something is super hot,
right?
I can't get the upside potential of the product, right? My upside is capped, but when a product is a dud, my downside is not capped.
Right. Why can't you just sell it for lower? Why does that change with the removal of MSRP? That's what I don't understand.
Because people are way more willing to dump, but there's no baseline. There's no baseline to be like, oh, this box should be 140. I'm getting it on sale for 120.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's like, I know Josh has done a bunch of sorcery box openings on his channel. They're at MSRP or below. Yep. He's done a lot of great sorcery box openings. I've watched them all.
That's the lie detector test determined that was a lie.
I've watched none.
Count the George lies in the comment section.
That's not the first. I'll give you a hint.
I love the pump though, buddy. I appreciate you.
Got your back. Become a member.
Right.
You get $5 off a sorcery box opening when he reopens it.
Actually, for the last case that we just sold, the last one, you got way more than $5. Way more than $5.
Let's go back to Ravnica because we're going to talk about
that is the MSRP of membership of Josh's channel.
What is the catalyst for Ravnica being a good set at the prices that it needs to be?
The fact that Distro's begging me to take it, I'm guessing not a ton.
What is the catalyst that this actually turns into a successful set? Because
Black Lotus, funny back.
Not going to happen. What's the catalyst for that?
Black Lotus. All 10 shock lands on the back.
There you go.
Boom.
Is there any catalyst? It's just not possible.
No, I think we need to.
It's possible. It's possible. You can have a good list.
I think there's okay. That doesn't make it what.
You can have a good list.
What? There's no set box.
Buddy.
There's no set box, and there's no list in the draft box. So there's
no set box at all for the set.
No, and there wasn't for Dominaria Remastered either.
Is that true?
Nor was there for Time Spiral Remastered.
That's why they didn't even have a collector box, though.
That one you knew.
Yeah.
That one you knew.
Yeah.
Remember when I said, do you guys remember when I said on this podcast that Dominaria Remastered was going to tank because it had a collector box, and the special stuff from Time Spiral Remastered is that it didn't have a collector box, and that's what made it really successful.
There's no list?
Then you guys bashed me about that?
Buddy, you're okay. We were on board until that, whatever that was.
Let me ask you this: is there any is it just the same cards that were in Dominaria?
No. So
Ravnica.
It's Ravnica. Yes. So you have the shock lands.
Yes.
And
I'm in. Galaxy Shocks.
This is the list that my store people and community have come up with that you could potentially put in this set that makes sense for Ravnica.
Oh my god, you're going to do it again. You did this last week.
You can do Shocklands. You can do Doubling Season. You can do...
that's a good card. Remember that one.
It was reprinted recently. Oh, no way.
Heuristic Study.
Oh, no way. That's crazy.
All three of those things they put in Wilds of Eldraine and in Commander Masters.
No, what they should do is just do Galaxy Shocks. And they could do the little puppy thing that was in that set, the unset.
Acorn.
That little puppy face. That should be the face of all the stars in the Galaxy Shocks.
Like Carnival Barker.
It's just a George card.
Bingo. The best card Wizards has ever produced.
So getting us back on track, because I'm clearly the only one capable here. When it comes to Ravnica Remastered, I have one expectation. And I think we need to temper expectations for this. This is going to be a really cool play experience, just like Dominaria Remastered was, just like Time Spiral Remastered was, and that fits the bill. With these sets going back in time and playing Magic the Gathering in that fits the bill. Now,
It literally doesn't fit the actual bill though. The amount of money that's gonna that's the problem.
Okay, that was a good one.
It
That was
doesn't
a good
fit
one.
the actual bill. It's a good
but
thing
it doesn't.
to say,
But it
the
'cause
bill's going to be expensive and it's not going to fit it.
I played Ravnica Remastered sealed events, and I was never upset with the amount of money that I spent because of the experience. It was so much fun. I was never upset with that.
Ravnica Remastered sealed events?
Or Dominaria Remastered, sorry.
Yeah, but Dominaria Remastered had Sylvan Library and Force of Will, two massive, massive cards.
And I have sold none of the cards that I got from those experiences, nor did I open either of those cards. Nor did I, no Sylvan Library, no Force of Will, was happy with the price I paid because I had fun. That's where this is going to shine. If you buy this box for its secondary market value, and when 100%. You open it for EV, it's going to crash. So I think we 100%. Need to temper expectations. But you said, what can it be to be a successful set? That's my mindset going into the set. That's what I expect.
From a consumer's perspective, that is 100% true. But from a store perspective, there's no shot that you should buy this box. there's just no coming back from it. I talked to shout out to Yoko. I was like, hey man, are you gonna
wait Yoko Ono?
Yoko
no.
Loco. I was like, are you gonna open any of this product for singles? And he's like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Who the hell's Yoko?
Yoko's Godo, dude.
God,
what do you mean?
Been here for so long. It's like a whole new podcast that exists without
it's so much better now.
I wouldn't say it's better. It's definitely different. I don't know, man. This is gonna be. I agree with you, Josh. I did that video today. Actually, I put that video out.
Josh stole the content. Little. Oh, the twist I never saw coming.
Literally, my video was.
I thought
I'm only doing this as a sealed. I'm only buying for.
I did not see that switch happening.
Yeah,
I thought your only video was you rehashing the live stream you did last night.
I told you the other day. I'm doing 2 videos a day now, baby. I'm back. I'm back at the content.
Back. God, I am so in for you to be heard all over again. I'm
back. I've gotten over my emotional scars from content creation, and now I'm back to do more content creation. I'm an official sorcery content creator now, Josh.
God, I love that. God,
how do you get over all of these scars? I need help.
I went to therapy for a year and a half. That's how.
It was with Cryptic though. That's the part he's not telling you.
George, are you free on Friday afternoons?
No.
I need some therapy.
No. I'll tell you how I got over it. Whipped cream vodka.
Shocklands are already $10. Like they're gonna be $3. Shocklands are gonna be $3. That's my prediction.
Listen, we saw what happened when they tried to carry a product with fancy shocks. It's not great. It's great for the first 2 weeks and for 2 bozos, but for everyone else,
I will say that these shocks will look way better than they're way more Magic than the other ones. Like they're regular Magic artwork, they're not Galaxy, and then they have the retro frame, which I don't have a picture of.
That's how they messed up. They needed more Carnival Barkers.
But
you learn the name of that card. We're going to hear it 6 more times this podcast.
Comment section.
Favorite card.
Comment section. Let us know where what cards we missed that could be part of this. But I think enjoy this as a sealed environment. I agree with Josh. Enjoy this as sealed or draft. Josh, you're saying that you claimed it. What?
It's all about Arc-like Phoenix. What do you mean?
I love that
the card that's been power crept out of every format that it's ever been in.
I love that Niv Mizzet and Raul are the face of this set. Like, who wants to buy a Niv Mizzet set? Nobody likes Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, but stuff like this is cool because the Arc-like Phoenix and all the graveyard interaction cards have the graveyard symbol on the retro frames, and that's always neat. Like, that's a cool little callback.
I agree with that.
Love that.
Birds of Paradise looks good too.
Yeah, Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, but again, it's a $8 card now because it's been reprinted a billion.
Oh, it's going to be way cheaper. What can you play Birds of Paradise in 2023?
Is it like the same artwork?
It's called Commander.
So people don't play Orcish Bowmaster and Commander?
They do, but you don't see it a lot. Like
so you don't actually get to play the deck you built? Got it. Cool.
Wait, is the Birds of Paradise?
No, go on.
I don't know what's going on. Is the Birds of Paradise the same artwork as the original artwork?
It's got to be the same. It's always the same artwork.
They already did that like 8 times. It's a new art. It's a full art Birds of Paradise. It looks great.
You know the best one is the secret layer where they had the kids draw and the bird. That's the best Birds of Paradise.
That was MetaZoo and that was Rudy.
My favorite.
No, it's not. It was an extra life secret layer, and
favorite.
It was Rudy's MetaZoo.
My favorite.
That might be the artist they have left.
My favorite. Stop it. My favorite Birds of Paradise is when they put the original art in the Magic 30th edition, and then hyped up that you could get it.
God, this is like your thing.
And then like a week later, it was a Massive.
It's so painful that this is your thing.
Buy it for $250 a pack, or buy it for 30 cents. Love it. All right.
Get it? Got it. Good.
Let's move on. Speaking of Magic conning their customers, Josh and I are conning Magic because we are going to the MagicCon in Chicago, baby. I'm gonna go sleep on Josh's couch. I'm gonna eat all of his
Is that
food.
True?
No.
I offered him. He said no.
Wow. Dissed. His house is
Yeah.
nice. I've been to his house. Want to go see my granddaughter.
Yeah, he has a baby in the house, and I'm gonna sleep for once in my life without a kid in the house. So
You're absolutely not.
definitely
If you're
not.
coming to MagicCon for the weekend and expecting to sleep,
I'm gonna
You're not.
I'm gonna go to MagicCon. I'm telling my wife I'm going to MagicCon. I'm gonna go to the hotel and I'm gonna sleep in the hotel for 3 days.
If it helps any, Louis gets super cranky during cons if he has to wake up at any point during the day.
I'll
Yeah.
go without it.
No. I
I'll
get
go without
cranky. I get cranky when I make appointments with game designers to do the
With
podcast
game designers, the most reliable of people.
at 7 in the morning. At 7 in the
was
morning,
not
at their
7 in the
time, it
morning.
was because I got up at 6:45. It was definitely 7, and then they don't show up. That's when I get upset.
That was actually the best part of that. Getting kicked out of their booth was the second best part of that.
That was the single-handedly most angry I've been.
I know.
in my
I was there.
professional life,
I was there.
and that includes getting basically banned from games. That was single.
I was like, this is great. I'm gonna go get some Denny's. This is great. I love Denny's. God, I had Denny's in Florida last week. So good. 2 weeks ago. So good.
All right, so we're going to MagicCon in Chicago. So if anybody wants to go,
Did you
we'll be there.
get the image that Jim made? Jim, channel member at Hometown TCG, found out we were going and made images.
You posted that everywhere. You
Yeah,
love it.
it was. Yeah, I want to give him credit. It was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious.
It's
I also
pretty
thought it was
good.
hilarious, Josh.
Why do you not like when people in your
Yeah.
community create things and you don't
I
support
thought
them?
it
It's
was
very
great.
weird.
I just
Yeah, it's
you
not
really,
very
Yeah,
Not
so
to
my
go around,
someone that I
Josh.
thought made
I
something
got
cool
on-
and I posted it everywhere.
you posted in Discord and I thought it was cool, and then I got on YouTube and you posted it there and I liked it and I thought it was cool. And
Oh,
then I got
because
on
I posted
Twitter.
it in your your Discord, my
I got on
YouTube,
Twitter
and
to
my
go down
Twitter.
No, I went on Twitter to go down conspiracy theory rabbit holes, and instead I saw it for a third time on Twitter, and that
I
was
love
too
that's
much
all
for me.
true. I
That
love
was-
how I know every word of that is
Uh,
true.
Unfollow. Gotcha, buddy. There you go.
I don't follow either of you on Twitter.
No, Twitter like shows you stuff that you don't follow now. It's like, you
No,
know,
not me. You gotta hone. You gotta hone.
yeah.
My
I'll just-
Twitter is very wild because I'm only on crypto Twitter and ALS Twitter. One is always wild, one's always depressing.
Mine is just conspiracy theories. It's the whole thing.
Yep, I know that's
The
true.
whole thing, the whole thing's conspiracy theories.
It's great
Mine's
because
the-
you'll call me. You're like, guess what I just found out?
No, I don't claim it true. I started out by saying, George, I got another conspiracy theory for you. I
That's
know,
true.
I know the rabbit hole
I love
when
how
I'm
you're like,
down it.
I know it's probably not true,
But,
but
listen. I know it's not true, but have you considered that maybe it isn't?
Is that when you asked me last week if we're ready to be back, baby?
Oh, we're back. We need a conspiracy theory podcast.
I'm in. Screw
That
it.
is, that is, that would be so much fun. All right. So we're going to MagicCon. So I'm planning on playing at least one game of Magic, probably not more than that, because I'm just gonna make content.
In case you're wondering, there are tickets available for MagicCon in Chicago in February.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the last week in February. So
in
lots of
Chicago.
snow. We're driving. It's gonna be great.
Great. Is
Yeah.
more coming?
No, Moore's got to stay at the shop
not
to
going.
work, so that I can go have fun.
There was one reason to go.
You're driving?
Wait, is
Josh.
Lauren coming?
No.
Oh, 2 reasons to go.
Josh, what should I expect from a con? You've been to Grand Prix back in the day.
Yeah, why do you do this? You talked to me beforehand, and you said, I've never been to one, have you? And I said, the last time I was at one, it was called a Grand Prix.
Well, let's just speculate. That's what we do.
I'm in. I'm in.
What's going to be
I
the
thi-
best part and what's going to be the worst part?
I think James Garfield is going to invite you to go to his booth at 7 a.m. and you're
I
going to
don't
get
think
there.
James Garfield's going to be there. Do you? I don't think that he's going to be off trying
Is
to
it
pump
Richard
another.
Garfield?
Yeah, James Garfield.
Who's James Garfield? Is that the president?
That's the mixture of two different TCG content creators. That's what that is.
Who's
No,
more
James
evil?
Garfield.
Who's more evil?
I know that one.
Richard Garfield will
Yeah.
probably not be there because he'll probably be at a Soulforge Fusion event.
Yeah, he's the president, James Garfield. Go screw yourselves. I was right. He's dead.
President
Rest in
of
peace.
Wizards.
So he's probably not going to be on the pod, is what you're saying? You think that one's pretty shot?
He died a little while ago.
I expect there to be
Thoughts and
here's
prayers for his family.
my struggle. I expect there to be a lot of Commander. I expect you to be down my throat.
The only format that people play to be played at
Hey,
MagicCon.
You want me to bring some decks for you to borrow?
Play Commander. I think I might build a couple because I know I'm going to have to placate to whatever need you have here, and then when you're done and you go sleep, I'll go play real Magic, and it'll be great. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have to make content, but I'm tempted. There's Pioneer events, there's Monitor events, there's Standard events. I'm tempted to play in all three.
You're gonna play in actual events, like you're gonna try to win.
No,
Loser.
I don't think I can because I think I have to make content to make.
I'm gonna make a lot of content making fun of you trying to win in Modern.
I want you to know if that happens. Would you please let me know? Because I'll watch that content.
George,
That will be the content
can you
videos I watch.
please come and we'll sit behind Josh while he's playing, and we'll just commentate his game while we're standing behind.
I would be an amazing Magic the Gathering commentator.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so much fun. I'm gonna play games of Commander. I might play Pauper if they have a Pauper event because
I thought about building 50 Pauper decks just so when you showed up, I'd be like, "Look, dude, we can play real Magic. Check it out."
And then I'm gonna eat.
I love your hatred of Commander. I want you to know it's my
I
far
think I hate it this much because you guys disrespect everything else so hard. I think that's why I hate it so much.
Don't know it.
Yes,
and
you do.
Not, like, listen, I'm not smart enough to know it. I'm not good enough at Magic to get Modern.
The constant.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna eat as much food as possible because I'm not gonna be on my diet that week.
Deep dish pizza, the goat.
Yeah.
Just pizza's good. I'll show you some stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't call it pizza. It's more of a soup, but I hear it's pretty good.
And also, there's probably a Buc-ee's on the way.
Oh, Louis gonna get beat up in Chicago. That's gonna go great. There's my content, George. You want to watch that one on my channel?
That's also content I'll watch.
I want to meet Jake and Joel or Magic. I want to ask them for their autograph.
Will they be there?
I don't think they're going.
Oh, God,
I know.
Will they be there?
I don't think they're going.
No,
Them and
they
James
should go.
Garfield.
Maybe I don't know.
We
This is not an announcement. I have no idea.
Jake and Joel or Magic. You are either one of you. Honestly,
You're
Jake
invited.
or Joel,
You're invited to MagicCon.
You're invited to the podcast that week at MagicCon. We'll do a podcast with Jake and Joel or Magic.
That's much better. I thought you were inviting him to sleep on my couch for a second. And I was like, ah.
The
I will
title of
also
that
invite you to sleep
podcast.
on his couch.
The title of
He's a
that
great
podcast.
dog.
The
Nice
title
kid.
Of that, the title
You
of
see
that
my
podcast.
grandkid? My god.
The title of that podcast will be "May the Zoo Be With You" is Magic.
Well, they're definitely coming on now. That did it.
All right.
God,
So I'm
we found our
excited
first
about-
edit for the week. That was terrible.
Why? That was good.
That was horrific.
I'm not editing that. Why would I?
I know.
That's not being edited out.
No, I know that. Nothing is ever.
Yeah. Ever. We don't edit the podcast. All right. So we're going. It'll be fun. You guys should come. All right. Let's talk about Pokemon.
Goat. Total goat.
All
Doing
right.
great.
So I was in the camp that Pokemon was failing. Like I was in the camp that like this set is this.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
I was in
Normally
that
we
camp.
give you the revisionist history on your Magic stuff, but it's tough with the Pokemon stuff.
I was in the camp that it's not. No. After we've talked about this already, that Scarlet and Violet era is trash. We have said that. I have been on that camp.
Keep going.
That is how I felt. Okay. The Pokemon trading card game classic edition completely tanking in value now puts that firmly in the accepted camp. I have to go help my daughter. You guys talk
So,
about it.
for those of you who don't know, this is the world's biggest box full of 4 proxy decks, as I believe you guys all called Magic 30. And
Okay.
I mean this. I think it was the lowest allocated product I have ever received. Ever.
Sure.
Other than the Magic 30th box, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
But like it was the low. I think I barely broke double digits.
Really?
Like, to put this in perspective, I got like 480 boxes of Paradox Rift.
And now you have 476 boxes of Paradox.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. People love it, flying off the shelf. And like it's I mean the product like doesn't exist, and it's selling for something close to our cost on TCG.
I think even slightly below.
Is that true? What's it at now?
I 358.
No, still above.
No, okay.
But like, I do not understand how this product has done so bad.
So, yeah,
it feels like the Pokemon buyers have all gone to heaven. They're no longer on Earth. They've been raptured.
I was gonna make a like you every other week on this podcast joke, but that's got a little dark. There's a difference here. You could tell me I want to say two things on this, and I'll let you react to the first before I say the second. You could tell me a story where this is what Magic 30th Anniversary Edition looks like if they don't close that sale, right? If they let this run out, you could tell me that story.
I will bet. God, I don't want to. Maybe that's not true. I'll bet you there's less of this than there are Magic 30th boxes. That'd be my hunch.
I don't think that's. Remember, we had those speculations of 1,200 numbers.
But every store got one for free, and Premium got 3 for free.
Yeah, but there's only like 6 Premium stores. You guys always told me
that is true. But like, there's a lot of WPN period stores.
Shout out MVP. There's one less.
That's true.
So
I think there's like a few thousand. I mean, like, Josh, I mean this. I know a lot of stores that got like 1 or 2 of these kits.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it was tight.
Listen, it could be close, but the other thing that this has going against it, is Pokemon is known to be highly collectible. It's not necessarily about the gameplay, and this is a product that very clearly puts the gameplay front and center. I know it does it in a collectible way. I get that, but that community collecting something that isn't a real card that's centered around gameplay feels like a bit of a miss. Just the theme of the product.
So here's my take on it. They finally made something too big. They are the
too
king.
Expensive big? Like
no. I don't think the price. I think like it's unshippable.
Oh, the packaging.
I mean, like, Josh, it
Oh
is
no,
longer.
I've seen it. It's massive.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
it like takes up a table when you take it all apart. Yeah.
Like, Pokemon loves doing the world's. I'm gonna wait for Louis. Pokemon loves doing the world's largest packaging. They have never met a drop of oil that they don't want to turn into plastic and put it in packaging. Like,
this is ridiculous.
Like, they are the Saudi. They must be owned by Saudis. That must be how they can keep printing.
It's 19 pounds.
Yeah. But like,
that's
think,
crazy. I didn't know the weight.
Think
that's
the issue with this thing is that it's unshippable.
Absolutely.
Because
the only box you can ship it in is the case that it came in.
It's also totally fragile, which is amazing. They made something enormous and horrifically fragile.
I want to say it's totally fragile, but
it's pretty fragile. The cases.
So so
I think the issue is that like they made a product with limited demand and basically said you can only buy it from somebody local.
And I'm going to catch Louis up. I think that's not the only issue. I think the one I expressed was it's also a bit off theme. Pokemon, we think people who collect your Charizards and stuff, they give you something that's collectible, but it is also centered around gameplay, and you're trying to convince Pokemon TCG collectors to collect not real Pokemon cards, much like you did with Magic 30th. But to center that around like a gameplay experience, it just feels a little. It's not bad. It just feels like shifted slightly.
So, in my theory, just so you know, Louis, was that all the Pokemon collectors got raptured.
It was a good one.
It just disappeared. So,
and then you left the podcast, and we were like, oh, maybe.
I think, and if you guys didn't understand, sorry, that was, Anyway, the price point on this just removed 99% of the people.
I don't think that's. I think that's nonsense,
George. Like, I know a lot of people who buy Pokemon cards. I bet you.
I know people.
I bet you like 85%.
They all hate the Soul Ring.
I bet you 85% of people who buy Pokemon cards buy ETBs. That's their price point of buying things. They don't even buy booster boxes.
Produced. This is the smallest production run of any Pokemon product I've ever had.
No, I totally agree. But like the number of people who wanted this is or who could afford it is
zero,
non-existent. So there's a couple people who I know who like they collect every Charizard. Like there's 2 guys in my store. They both have binders and they're trying to collect every single Charizard. So they both bought this. They didn't care how much it was. Like the whales all bought their one, but like who wants more than one of these? Unless you're sending off every card to get graded, which is my take on this, is that actually all the singles in here are really, really cool. Like the Charmander in base set artwork in foil is really, really, really freaking cool. Like there's a lot of cards in here that are awesome.
I know you love proxies. I've heard this before on this podcast.
They're not real cards.
They're proxies. I've heard this on this podcast. You were ranting about it a while ago.
That's fair. That's fair. They're proxies, but like it's a Pokemon card. Like it's fine. Like Magic, like you actually play the game. like you can't even play with a base set Charizard. It's not legal in any format. Like it's just cool. It looks pretty.
I'm with you, baby.
Like I don't know. You can still get it slabbed. Like it
You
looks
can still get proxies slabbed. It's cool.
You can. Like it's a real product.
Just come full circle. It's a proxy printed by the company, and just
I stand by everything I say. It's too expensive. It's like, but like I see where some people will want this.
But I mean, like vintage is way down in Pokemon. Pokemon's
high-end vintage is way.
This is
way
Bizarro
down.
World.
What?
You could just replace this product with Magic 30th, and it seems like you're talking about both in like complete different ways. I'm so confused.
Hold on, I'll respond to that. There's a large difference between $1,000 for 4 packs and $400 for a really, really cool box experience. This is not. I'm not sure what George FOMO'd you in on, but this is not just like an empty box inside.
I refer to it as a kitchen table size box, I believe.
You know George on this podcast. I filled George in on what's in the box. Okay.
It opens up into a really cool felt lined play space that is freaking awesome. I have it on my table back there.
It's felt, Josh. It's felt.
It's sweet. Like I'm gonna keep it, and when I teach my daughter how to play Pokemon, we're gonna use that. It's awesome. It's really cool. It's not just a booster. It's not just 4.
So I want to understand this. If Magic 30th came in a felt box with a play mat, we're down to clown.
And 3 decks that were like fun to play against and whatever, and a huge, really cool life counter thing for $400. I think that's a much, much better product than $1,000 for 4 booster packs.
The market apparently disagrees with you. The market apparently totally disagrees with you.
Sure, but it's
why
still...
does the market disagree with me? It's $40 below MSRP.
And the
10% below MSRP
is above where it was sold at, right?
Right, but they stopped the sale after 2,000 units, and
every store got 1, and every premium store got 3.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the postulation is that there's less of
there's
these.
Similar numbers of each.
The postulation is that there's less of these than there are Magic.
I'll bet you there's similar numbers.
It's got to be comparable. It's got to be close.
I don't know. Best Buy had these.
That's true.
What's it called? GameStop had these up for pre-order for a long time.
Here's the thing: is Louis, I don't disagree with you that of the 2 evils, this is the better product. This is the better product. But neither's good. Neither's a good product.
The last thing I'll say is this also wasn't a celebration of a anniversary. This wasn't hey, let's celebrate our 30th anniversary. This is just like a product that they put out. They had celebrations, which you could buy packs for $4. I think it was like $4 or $5 for celebrations.
Okay, great.
No, you can't. Not celebrations.
These 2 products, in a nutshell, both bad products. But yes, this one I guess is better than Magic 30th.
I don't think that this is a weird product. I don't think this is a bad product. I think that the market has not accepted the product for a lot of reasons.
Oh, by the way, they're $5.50 on celebrations packs.
Really? For individual packs?
Yeah.
But well, celebrations not individual packs are doing pretty well though. Like ETBs are like $80 or $90. They were $50 MSRP. I don't think this is necessarily a bad product. I think this is like a really weird product for Pokemon.
Listen, I don't think it's a bad product.
The average Pokemon person doesn't play, so this is a product.
That's the first thing I said.
Yeah. Here's the big thing, right?
It's much better Magic product than it is a Pokemon product.
That's not true. But if this product was released a year ago, if this product were released, this is not a better Magic product than a Pokemon product.
Oh, he's right, George. He's right. If you make Magic 30th Anniversary Edition the very first Pro Tour champions 4 decks, and you make the Pokemon $1,000 for 4 packs of collectible cards,
people way overreacted to the proxy thing in Magic. They didn't overreact in Pokemon.
That's because nobody plays
nobody
Pokemon.
cares about. Yeah, nobody cares that these are proxies. Nobody cares.
But that's also why you don't want. There's less incentive to own them. They're not real Pokemon cards if you're a Pokemon card collector, and you don't stuff them in your commander decks. Why own them?
And it's way cheaper on a card-to-card basis too. Like,
if this product were released a year ago, it would have flown. It would have been hot. It would be $700 or $800 minimum. Minimum.
Really? I don't agree with that at all.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the problem is the Pokemon market has completely collapsed. Like, the Pokemon market has stalled.
The Magic product, the Magic thing was $16.66 per card in the pack.
The funniest part is I knew you were coming up with some of this when I saw you going like this.
$16 per card, per proxy card. Insane.
I guess Kissinger just died.
What?
That follows.
I didn't hear what you said.
It's not a Charizard. Henry Kissinger just died.
Oh,
this is $2.20.
And Charlie Munger yesterday.
This is $2.22 per card, and you get 3 deck boxes.
People don't want it that price.
But you don't think part of it? You don't think part of it is the community of trading card games fans have just decided we don't want cards that aren't real?
I love how furious Louis gets about Pokemon.
I don't
I
understand.
just think you guys are arguing I agree with everything you're saying about this not winning. Like, this has lost on the market. Like, the market is rejecting this product. I agree with you, but like the things you're saying about it and comparing it to Magic 30 makes zero sense to me.
They're both proxies.
That's literally the only thing they have in common.
They're both proxies for a special release outside of the normal cadence that's meant to pump up a product, and it sells you not real cards printed directly by the company. All those things are true.
Okay.
Like, it's not just proxies, right? The big issue with Magic, and we had this problem with Magic, it's proxies printed by Wizards of the Coast. That was the issue. I want to be
crystal clear here. I had a problem with neither.
That was our big, and I don't understand why it's not a problem when it's proxies.
The problem wasn't that they printed proxies. The problem is that they charged so much money for the proxies. That was the problem. The problem that everybody had, nobody was upset about them printing the cards. They were upset with the amount that they charged.
Yeah, I'm not gonna revise my take on it. I absolutely was. I 100% was. I still am.
All the death of the reserve list videos. I believe somebody on this podcast did a couple.
No, my take was that they should have made these $4 draft packs, and they should have. Everybody should have been able to draft this to celebrate Magic 30. Don't pretend that I'm revising history. That was my take from the very first video I put out on Magic 30.
I still think it's a problem the company prints fake cards. I think us as a community have decided we don't want cards that aren't real cards. Every time someone tries to print us fake cards, we don't take to them.
I agree with the I think the Magic thing. I disagree with that. Look at the World Championship decks.
They're popular now. They were not popular when they were out. When those things came out, people were not. No, we're not rushing. We had those at the game store. They were not rushing to pick these cards up.
People were cool upset about it and angry about it.
No, but no one was upset about anything because TCGs weren't what they are now. Everyone just bought their box, shut up, and played their games. Like, now bozos like us exist. Like,
we are the problem.
Yes, for sure.
The big issues on this was size is massive, but
size is a killer of this.
Size is huge.
If this were small, I think they would do a much better product.
Yeah,
like I think if
it would have to be a lot cheaper too.
No, I don't. I mean, like I think the problem is right
decks.
now nobody wants Pokemon. Like
it's 4 decks. It's $100 a person to play Pokemon.
Like
you want to split it with your friends.
The problem is like people don't want Pokemon right now.
Never mind.
And
the big three: Blastoise, Venusaur.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and like I don't know. Like, there's two things I would say. Like, this is kind of how it was before the pandemic. It's also like you guys like Pokemon's not going anywhere.
No.
Let me.
I mean, like
let me criticize.
Pokemon's in a rough spot. It's not selling well, but it's not going to die either. There's like, if I'm sure of one thing, is that Pokemon will be here in 8 years.
Yeah. So let me criticize this because I opened one
about Genesis, but continue.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
I opened one.
Wow.
I just believed you.
The thing I think they miss. The thing I think they miss the most on this is not even just the size. The size is a big miss, but the cards don't follow a theme. like you're opening the set and you know the base set Charizard is in there and everything's like base set artwork and really really cool, and then you get to the build trainer card and it's like the card looks like the 2000 variant. Like it's not like the variant is completely different. Like there's like 5 or 6 cards that aren't the base set version of the cards, and it like completely doesn't match. It like doesn't,
feels like opening a magic box.
Oh yeah, like it just doesn't fit the theme, and I wish they would have kept it to a theme better. That being said, like it's really cool to see some of the cards that you've never seen in foil artwork before, like the iconic
Charmander.
Yeah, Charmander. I mean, you saw that in a Toys R Us promo before, but like computer search in foil and the base set artwork. There's a lot of really cool stuff that
there was no base set foil computer search.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a gap in my Pokemon knowledge.
I'll sell you one. MSRP.
I might be wrong if they did a reprint of that at some point.
I'm
sure there's a reverse holo of it in Legends
there's something, but I get what you're saying. I didn't realize, because I've never opened these up and gone through the cards before. I didn't realize that some of the like the build the trainer was new age full art fanciness. It makes I get that's a miss. That's such a miss. Why not make everything OG old school?
Yeah. So like that kind of stuff I think was a miss, but I think the other biggest thing on that, and then we'll move on because I know you guys talked about this before too, but the Japanese one came out early. It came out before this, and this is a very common theme I think right now in Pokemon that's hurting the American English market. Is that Japanese comes out and everybody buys it, and then it's like, why do I need the
love for freedom?
And it's been worse. It's always been worse. The Japanese version is better than the US version.
Yeah, the shiny one is comically better.
Yeah, and 151, the same thing. They had the Master Ball. They had the Master Ball foils in the Japanese, and they didn't have that for this one. And this one, like in the Japanese one, like the foil was like really foily. It was like a special foil all around the like the yellow, like the iconic yellow of Pokemon.
Yeah,
had this really cool foil strip in the Japanese, and in the English it doesn't have that. So that's the type of stuff that like I think is hurting the Pokemon market in a big way. I hope they fix that stuff too.
Why do you just have a Pokemon card within arm's reach?
No idea.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Awesome.
It's a random card
awesome.
that you open.
That's
Pokemon
awesome. Shout out to you, dude.
Wow. Random. Okay. Let's move on.
That card looks really awesome. It must be 76 cents.
There's no way this card's 76 cents.
Louis got stone, so I pulled the foil stone. I did it.
I was there. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you were there.
Were you there, George? George didn't know until today at like 6 p.m.
No. I've been working. I have been working.
Yeah.
Like that song from the 90s, Gotta Work It, Girl.
I did it. I pulled
now becomes the challenge, George.
What's the challenge?
Now we get him banned from sorcery.
I'm in.
Listen, it's great
You and
to have
MVP.
goals. It's great to have goals. And listen, what happens? Your viewer count's going to skyrocket. Your subscriber count's going to skyrocket. We've got a plan to take you to the moon, dude. Just get on the rocket ship.
No, the problem is they're run by you. Never mind.
No, the people are rational. No. Simon, help us out. If you're watching, help us out.
I'm officially a sorcery content creator. So I'm going to get business cards. Somebody had this idea in my comment section. I'm going to get business cards.
Oh my God.
And
that is the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Say Louis DeGeorge, sorcery content creator, and official sorcery content creator, and it's going to have a QR code that you scan it, and it's going to take you to the video of the box. So it's verifiable.
So does the sorcery community
more? And you know how much that says? I have been with you through 10,000 games you have pumped and dumped. That would do it.
Does it? Do you think it hurts the sorcery community now that it's like me? Anytime I cover something and then a giant content creator comes in and swoops up my content and all my views, are you about to, now that you're an official sorcery content creator, are you officially now the bane? Are you the professor of sorcery? Are you the problem with all of sorcery content?
Slander on this podcast, Josh. That's offensive. Let's keep it above the belt. Keep it above the belt.
Actually, one of the things I'm most impressed with sorcery is the number of different content creators and the amount of people making content on the game. That's a good
call.
That
That's a
is
good call.
such a huge proponent to the success of a game.
Shout out to Wizards Den.
There are so many people making content on the game. It's crazy.
I saw him 5 seconds ago in the Discord posting about your thing. That's how I knew you pulled it.
Wizards Den is how you knew I pulled it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he's got to
I think so.
subscribe to some good TCG channels, right?
No, it was on YouTube. It was on YouTube.
I have posted 3 videos in the last 24 hours saying that I pulled the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I got a notification on my phone, all I thought was, "Oh, Milkman's coming."
Listen, I put in the time. I can post about it as much as I want.
100%.
Hey,
you opened 50,000 boxes of alpha.
Oh, I thought you were going to say $50,000 worth. It's 70. I spent $70,000 to open a $5,000 card.
Now,
Return on investment.
it should be noted that we
Where's
roast
Charlie
each
Munger
other.
when you need him? R.I.P.
Please don't tell my wife. She has
That
no
could be
clue.
on your business card. Sorcery content creator, please don't tell my wife.
She has no clue how much money I've set. Now, let me be very clear.
You've
before
gotta
the
do it
comment
like me.
section- Before the comment section comes after me, I have made back I've made money off of it.
Why
So-
would the comment section come after you?
Because they do. They're like,
I
this
love
guy.
that you bozos work with the comment section. It's my
I
favorite
love-
part about you guys.
I love my viewers
We're-
a lot.
We're content creators. Yeah, that's
I
what we
care.
do. But
I care because I have a heart, and I will never apologize for that.
You're like, I have a heart. I have to read all the mean things people say about me to prove it.
that keeps me humble. That and talking to you guys doesn't let my ego to get too big.
I have to read mean things about myself. Is how I show my care.
The only reason I care about this is I stop. You can finally get over this hump, and you're my friend. I text you congrats afterwards, and
I did too.
we can stop hearing about I'm not a sorcery content creator. I'm not a sorcery.
I'll say
Guy-
it. You nailed the impression.
Guy makes 7 sorcery videos a week. I'm not a sorcery content creator. It's like, oh,
I love how
God,
like, he was on the beta release schedule for sorcery.
it got so old. It got so
I
old.
had to
listen
hype it up. I had to
No,
create a
it wasn't-
narrative that people
Your
would be invested
Eeyore
in.
does not hype people up. I'm not a content creator.
another content
Listen,
creation
I had
day,
quite a few people watching me pull the stone. I think people actually cared.
How many people were there?
There was I actually don't know. There was at some point 75 people because the comment section.
That's a lot of
could be-
people.
Yeah, I think there were
Yeah,
more.
it was a good stream.
It's
Were you
fun.
not there supporting, George?
No.
You weren't either. You were there for a minute, but then you left.
I
Somebody-
literally commented while you pulled the stone. I literally commented.
Did you? I didn't see it. There was a lot of comments. I didn't see it.
Wow. You don't have
So now
Josh's
again,
flag?
you've gotten your ivory tower, and your
You don't have
friends don't
Josh's
matter.
Flagged? Whenever I do a live stream, you
I
guys all
should-
come up as
Do you
You
know
know
what?
what?
Do you know
Why
what's?
are
Do you know what's great is that he just uses me. He's like, oh, I got a punching bag I can punch down on.
Why?
Bring him on my
Why-
podcast.
Why are you not a mod in my chat? How is that not a thing? Steve is a mod in my chat, and he doesn't even like have a channel.
Because you're the evil empire, and I am the person living on Tatooine you're currently oppressing. What do you mean?
I need to make you a mod. I think you just graduated. You're now a mod on my channel.
Can I pass?
No, you can't.
I
Oh my
pass?
god, you're gonna ban so many people.
Yeah. I'm gonna ruin your streams. That's how I'm gonna catch up to you. That's how I'm gonna catch
That's the best.
I'm a mod on.
I passed 7K this week, and I'm on my way. I'm gonna ruin all your live streams.
Oh yeah, we didn't even congratulate you. Congratulate.
No, I'm,
no
I'm
idea.
ruining all your streams.
I'm
Mod me up, baby.
I'm a mod on the Magic Historians channel.
That's awesome.
God, I love him.
Do you think that was some
Okay.
like I feel bad for what I said to your face?
Can we
No, you're a mod.
speculate on print
Yes.
runs now? Now that I'm official content creator, I think it's time to speculate on beta print runs
So-
and if beta will get a reprint because there's a
Okay.
lot of rumors. There's a lot of rumors going around that beta is not getting reprinted again. I
They're
don't know about
idiots.
them.
They will definitely be reprinted.
Yes.
If
If not, what are we doing for the rest of the year?
There's a lot of rumors going around.
Okay, if not, what are we doing
There's
for the rest of the
morons
year?
trying to pump their bags, like Josh is with Magic. So like,
I don't have any bags.
Look at the background of your video.
that's the one game you probably
Nothing
don't
is
have
for
bags
sale.
on.
Nothing is for sale. Nothing
Somebody-
is for sale.
Somebody
Oh, that's a lie.
one of-
The bottom half is definitely for sale, but nothing else is for sale.
I'll read a comment from my comment section this week. I hope you don't have a bunch of credit cards raking in the debt of all that magic product that's going to zero. That was a legit comment on my video.
I love
this
it.
week.
I got someone saying Magic's a dead game and then saying I never said Magic's dead. It was pretty great.
That's great. Okay, so there's speculation that there's not going to be more beta, and I think that that's silly.
Like,
I agree with you.
It's stupid. That's
I don't know
bad
if I would call it
business decision.
stupid.
okay.
I do think
I
that
will.
there's because
Wait, hold on. I apologize. They're not on this podcast. I should be kind to them.
yes, you should.
I respectfully disagree with a very good and courageous opinion.
There you go.
I noticed that you just tried to call sorcery stupid, Louis. Ban him.
Oh.
Ban him.
Get him. Get him.
Ban him. Get him.
Oh, sorcery stupid. Distro doesn't know if they are getting more boxes or not at this point.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that to me says that there is some sort of conversation of, are we releasing more boxes or are we not? The other side of the information we have is that Rudy's getting 6,000 boxes in 2 months in February, and that those are coming to market.
You guys, it's like 12 more months before the next set comes out. Do you think they're going to have no releases for the next year?
And
no boxes
Louis,
with the market for 12 months?
I appreciate what you're saying and the facts you're spitting. My that doesn't pass my smell test, as to quote George here.
I agree.
My instinct says if that's the decision, well, it's an even bigger experiment than we anticipated.
I'm
right?
going to give them. I'm also going to give Sorcery. I'm making the topic a little bit here, but I'm going to give them a shout out with a caveat. So far, all the evidence points to them nailing this print run.
Yeah.
I don't know if the number is Josh's 185,000 or my 35,000 or 40,000. I don't know where it falls in between there. Obviously, it's closer to mine. But I'll speculate.
Fake news. Fake news.
But I mean, like, the market could collapse tomorrow. We could all be wrong. We could be idiots. We've seen that before with some games. But like right now, all evidence points to them basically nailing the print run. We have always said on this great podcast that the right number of boxes to print is demand -1.
Yep.
What you don't want to see is beta boxes to 1K. Even though I love the 1K part. I love the 1K part.
Well, somebody is beta boxing to 1K on TCG right now.
I'm in. I support them fully. I want to be crystal clear here. I support that.
If you look at the sales data, somebody bought 18 boxes at $160 yesterday.
Yeah, but the important part is like they didn't buy them at $80 or $700.
Yes. Yes.
Like they nailed the print run.
Yeah.
And like I'll give them credit like that. Like they're the only game so far to have done so.
Yeah, I agree.
What other game has printed like the right number of boxes quickly
for their second set or for their second release? Like they.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know,
this is their first release.
So I mean, like, but they have data from a first release. Like they can see.
Bull.
What do you mean? How do they not have data?
Because people who kickstarted it 5 years ago.
No, but my point is they can look and see the data.
Today.
They can look and see the data on how did 29,000 boxes get absorbed by their community in alpha, and they can do like they have some that's
There's
more than zero.
They have a floor, right? But I mean, there's no ceiling.
Yeah,
we have seen certain indie TCGs call distro and say like, how many boxes have you pre-sold? Like 20 trillion. They're like, oh, I know, I'll print 20 trillion boxes.
Right.
What do you mean you don't want 20 trillion boxes? Well, would have guessed this was going to fall flat on my face.
Right.
Sorcery, to their credit, said like, I'm going with like what I think real demand is. Right. And they seem to have nailed it.
And I also think they're doing a really good job of they're not releasing the print run numbers. Like I think that's a win.
They don't want us to get banned. I appreciate that about them.
I think that's a win because it prevents people from speccing.
They don't want to lose their top content creator.
The number one sorcery content creator.
It prevents people from speccing on it and saying
no, it doesn't.
What do you mean? It does not. It does not prevent people from
speculating on the print runs.
No, not from speculating.
We've done it twice on this podcast already.
Not from speculating.
How many times do I hold this up again?
From specking on it, like buying boxes and saying, "Well, Alpha had 29,000."
I love how specking is short for speculating, and you get spent speculating in a different way.
It's a completely different thing, though. It's a completely different thing.
I don't think it does, though, Louis.
You know it.
I don't know. I think people are speculating on things or specking on boxes, whatever, without knowing that.
I think they could have gotten away with a few thousand more boxes. But here's what I would tell you. I would much rather have them print 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 boxes too few.
Yeah.
Then 5,000 boxes too many.
Especially
and keep that interest. Yeah.
We are seeing the singles be pretty like the EV is between 150 to 200 right now, and that's a really good sweet spot. Like when your when your EV is balanced to your booster box price, that tells me that there's a sweet spot.
And when we talked about a different TCG, we always said the boxes are too cheap and the singles are too expensive. Like the staples are too expensive. That's not true here. Like I think the staples non-foil are pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Like they're not
helps
crazy.
It helps too that it's based around casual play.
Yeah,
where
that's what I'm
there's not
saying.
that there's not that feeling of being blown out. There's not that feeling of you don't get to play.
Are we a month past release? Is that basically where we're at?
No, I think we're like 2
No, not quite. Official release I think was 11/11, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, not quite.
So you can get a core for $75.
Yeah, I mean,
Onyx
like,
core is
listen,
one of the best cards in the game.
yeah, like I wish it were 50, but 75 is not crazy.
No, especially for being this early. I don't think so. Where's
Like they nailed the print run. Like I don't like all evidence points to that so far.
well, I think the bigger
Stone's 175.
That seems
I think
a lot.
I think I'd like that to be a little lower, but
it's not needed.
It's
like
not-
that's
it's not-
that's the
it's not
thing. If you buy a
$4,000.
Philosopher's Stone,
bingo.
if you buy a Philosopher's Stone, you're so in, and you just like want one. Even if you spend 175, you're not doing it because you're like, let me try out this game, and without buying this, I can't try out this game because I'm gonna
the
get
best
stomped
thing
in the
they did-
dirt.
The best thing they did, the beta decks. The beta decks are
Yeah.
good. They're fun.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
They're powerful enough to get a feel for the game. The beta decks are good.
let
They
me
did
say-
that.
let me add to what Josh just said about like Stone. Like you only have one of them in your deck, and it's not
Right.
outside your deck. You're not using it every single
No, that's
game.
yeah.
I'm just adding to the context
Oh,
of
okay.
people. Like that's why you don't need one, because the odds of you actually using it in your deck is very low because it's a unique card.
It's a trading card game with some variance. There's a bigger indicator to me. It's that people are buying at this price. We've seen things, especially in the indie TCG world, go up to a price, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, it's amazing! It's at that price." Big difference here is people are buying this thing. I mean, Sorcery Beta. We talked about it last week. We're almost at 1,500 boxes sold on TCG Player.
Really?
We're running circles.
Wait, what was that number?
1,500.
Okay.
We're running circles around other indie TCGs. I mean, 5x.
Yeah.
Other indie TCGs. And that's just, it shows that there's genuine demand at that price point, right? That's the big takeaway here, in my opinion, is that I don't care what the price of a product is. I care about, can people buy, or are people buying at that price? And so far, so good.
You know what? One of the coolest things they did is on TCG Player you can sort by artists. And I think that's pretty cool. That's a cool thing.
I suck.
I guess
suck
it's been there though, because you can do
Following
that
for
for
art.
Magic cards too. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Hey, look at you using TCG Player for the first time.
Have you sorted by artist before?
No, but I admittedly have said out loud in this podcast that's not important to me when it comes to TCGs.
So Onyx Core is 240 for alpha and 75 for beta. So it's almost like they're following the percentages of the booster boxes too, which is kind of cool.
So there's
It's
3
rough.
times as much beta as alpha. So now we know the print run.
I'm in.
I see what you just did there.
What
You
is that? Who does that make right then? Who does that make
100%
right?
Josh. 100%
29.
Josh
100% me.
by a mile.
Yeah,
By a
7,000?
mile.
Dang.
God, I'm so good.
I'm glad you had to use your calculator to determine if 3 times
29
29
times 3?
was closer to 45 or 95.
Listen,
I'm so good.
Like,
I'm
so
not-
I don't expect you to know 29 times 3 off the top of your head.
I
You should, but that's okay.
you know what? Yeah, you're right. I am resourceful. When I have something to help me in life, I use it. Josh,
You know what
on
I
my
had to help
channel,
me?
See?
I had my brain to help me predict this print run number.
God,
How do you still have that piece of paper?
that's
that
the
was
most
two-
impressed by.
That was George was on the podcast. That was like 3 months ago that we did that.
Because
Crazy.
I knew that I was going to, because when you have the courage of your convictions and you stand by what you say,
God, I hope this ends with you getting banned and Louis not getting banned. You're too close to the print run. Gotta ban you.
oh, I
You
didn't
got it right.
consider that. I
You got it
accurately predicted an indie TCG print run. What am I doing? Simon, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
I don't know.
I have a box. It's right here.
I called you. It's like I saw you doing the box openings.
I have one more box opening to do this week, Simon. Please.
So you guys both think we get more boxes at Distro?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I do too. I'm there.
No, hold on. Play Fantasyland with me, Louis, as the Sorcery's #1 content creator. What happens if we don't get more boxes?
Oh, baby.
I don't know what we do then, because like it's gonna
boxes skyrocket and then go to 0.
it's gonna quickly get out of the place where like people can engage with the game, and that's bad. Like if people can't engage with this game till Q3 when they then release Arthurian Legends, or maybe we have the mini set that's dragons.
They announced Q3 for Arthurian?
That's the speculation. That's the rumor that's floating through the rumor mill. Is Q3?
It's full of the rumor mill in this game.
It's a rumor that's been started by Sorcery's #1 content creator, and I'll let you guess who that is.
I listen. A lot of people send me a lot of messages, and like
that's in 6 months.
I ask a lot of questions. I ask questions. I share answers. I am speculating early in Sorcery. If I'm gonna get banned, I'm gonna start now. I'm not going all in on the whole thing and then speculating on stuff. We're just gonna go.
I gotta ease them into trying to not ban me.
I'm taking a stab at Q3. Okay? I'm taking a stab at
a little more every week, and at the end, they won't realize I'm specking at all.
We were wrong about this. It's not Louis entering the Sorcery community. It's trying to warm the Sorcery community up to the Louis to George experience.
That's not 6 months from now, is it, George?
I mean, like the beginning of it is. We're in Q1
that would
now.
Be what? That'd be
July.
July.
7, 8, 9.
Gotcha. That's earlier than I would have thought.
Did you do that on a calculator, George?
No, hold on. 1 plus 6.
But you have to remember, if that's their planned timeline, it will probably be like the end.
Oh, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't get yourself banned. Let us get you banned. Don't you get you banned?
If they go, historically,
don't you get you banned?
Historically, it'll be a little late. It'll be a little late. Hopefully, they just never tell us the first initial day.
If they announce a date before boxes are in the U.S.,
yeah, no, I agree. They
announce when it's in a warehouse.
They should just be like, Distro
but
has
then
boxes.
Won't someone announce
you can
for
order
them? Essentially,
they'll go out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think we get Arthurian Legends first, or do we get the mini set first?
Mini set.
Okay. So if they have a mini set coming in 3 months, then I'm not as worried.
I love
pull that up.
Then I'm not as worried about beta like keeping the attention on it.
Wait.
I absolutely am.
It's a mini. I thought they said that the mini set could be like very mini.
Yeah.
Like 5 card mini.
Oh, I don't.
No. George.
Like
George is speculating off an interview. We don't know what you're speculating off of.
Yeah, I'm just going with my gut. That's what I do, baby.
We should have Simon Tech on to speculate with us.
I'm sure that's realistically what it could be.
Breaking. Simon banned from Sorcery.
Yes. No, never mind. Not worth it, Simon. Never mind. You're uninvited. Uninvited. I'm sorry, buddy. I tried.
Can't have that happen again.
Can't have that happen. Louis' bags depend on you.
I love the conversation with Simon.
Simon's great.
If that's only 5 cards, I agree that
it doesn't matter. People need beta boxes. People need cards to play.
You need a core set.
Listen. There's certainly more beta than there is alpha. That's like 100% the case, right? We're all in agreement on that. Are we specking that there's less beta than the alpha? Because
there better be.
That's news to me.
There better be.
Oh god, it's like there's 95,000 boxes and less than Kickstarter.
Well, hold on. I built.
God, they're using the Genesis print run numbers. Who knows, baby?
I built a pitfall in my crappy handwriting that could be a 7.
Which would also be more than Kickstarter.
So
could be a 7.
So but the price of singles, I don't think the price of singles gets out of hand, to be honest. Like non-foil.
If they say there's no print run, they're going to go nuts.
Well, yeah.
If they say what?
If they say there's that it's a one-time print run of beta.
Yeah, maybe.
And I will say this: that would do it for me. That'd be like
I don't think they say that.
I don't think so either. They're not
Yeah.
stupid.
I hope
Even
they
if
don't
there
come
is
out.
one, I don't think they say it.
No, I mean I think there is one. I mean we're gonna know, right? They're not gonna be like, I won't tell you. Then 5 years from now, boom, 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 beta comes back. Like
We've seen that before.
we have seen that before, but like
What-
we've also seen the repercussions of that before.
Yeah.
Like,
I think so. I still go back. I firmly believe they have boxes available if they decide that they need it, and if they don't need it,
100%.
they drop
I
the
think so, too.
boxes in the
I
dump
think
in the
when
landfill.
boxes hit 200, 185, 200, they're gonna get a restock.
They were
I
at
hope it's-
180 earlier today.
No, I'm talking about like staying at 180.
I know,
Yeah.
but right now there's one for 150, and then it's at 175 is the next
Yeah, I mean,
listing.
like Canada,
No,
I don't
no.
think has gotten their boxes yet.
I got
Well,
you.
and,
I got
Josh, you have to
well,
remember,
no,
like,
I thought they have at this
Has
point.
Canada
No.
gotten their boxes yet?
Canada hasn't
No.
gotten boxes.
Europe hasn't gotten their boxes
Is
yet.
it okay?
That doesn't.
I know
Really
you. I know about
affect
Europe.
That's not going to affect TCG player though. I
Yeah.
think the realistic is the higher box prices get, the more stores that were holding boxes back come to market, and then you like. Honestly, it might be good for boxes to go up in value a little bit because it might bring more boxes to market, and you can see like a real demand. If you're sorcery, you can see what the real demand is. But I agree, like we will see boxes if boxes get out of hand. That's my
Yeah.
belief. Speculating, not saying any insider information. I am just speculating on that
I
information.
love how like you think that will save you.
The best
Um,
part is us navigating this minefield now
Not
that
me,
you're
baby.
involved. Now that you're
YOLO,
involved.
George. It don't matter, baby. Like I the print run should give sorcery fans a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
It's very hard to nail print runs.
Oh yeah,
And like
Shout out
all-
Ravensburger.
they've nailed it so far. And like all evidence so far is that like sorcery has like totally nailed the print run.
like Ravensburger is doing exactly what sorcery should do.
Yeah.
Lorcana is doing exactly
Lorcana's
what sorcery should do. They are saying eventually if boxes are needed, we'll throw some more out there. And sorcery's not coming out and saying that, but that's my
Yep.
personal.
I love that people are like, oh my god, boxes are going down. Box prices are going down, Lorcana. I'm like, they have told you idiots for the last 7 months
Now
that
let's be
I'm
very
going to print until it's MSRP.
let's
Dare me.
be
And-
very clear though. These are two completely different games that are completely different
Right. One
markets.
is listed as an independent TCG on your Discord. One is not.
That's true.
This is
And
fair.
Which one is
This
listed
is
as an independent TCG
listen,
in your podcast?
I'm not-
Sorry, in your
Einstein can fix
Discord?
it. I'm not the mod of my Discord.
You are the mod. You are a mod on your Discord.
That's fair.
You are.
God, I gotta
Josh
fix
is
that.
not.
So I gotta. That's
I
awesome.
don't want to be.
Keep
But
it
like-
ban everybody.
I'll keep moving it back.
Lorcana is a massive, huge audience game, and Sorcery
Game breaking
is,
success.
is a small indie game. It's two completely different things. So, just wanted to say that. Okay, let's move on to Lorcana.
Goat.
Go.
Huge
Go.
Lorcana restock, massive.
Even
Big
with
restock. They
Ravensburger
told us it was coming
incapable
before
of printing
Christmas.
boxes.
It's here before Christmas.
I can't believe how far box prices has dropped. I told you guys so. I'm just joking.
So I will say this: I am stunned by this restock.
There is a
The
good number of
wave
boxes.
one restock was enormous. The first box print restock was enormous.
And you're already seeing boxes selling for like 185. I think we will.
course.
This is like stores just got their allocation numbers today. This is Wednesday that we're Friday. I think we're at MSRP,
Yeah, that's my gut too.
Yeah.
which
You
is
think
great.
which is perfect.
You think by Friday Lorcana hits MSRP?
If
If
I'll give
not
it another
Friday,
week.
then
I'll
Monday.
give it another
Yeah,
week.
if not Friday, then Monday. Like, because a lot of stores will list boxes now. They have 2 days to ship. They're going to receive boxes on
Oh,
Friday.
God, do people do that?
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
I
that
do
seems
that.
terrifying.
I do that.
That seems terrifying. What if
Why?
the box gets lost?
It doesn't get lost.
Didn't think of that. Should have thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are
Get
you
it
going to
together,
do?
buddy.
I never thought
YOLO,
about that.
baby. That's how people run stores. I am not selling on TCG Player for the record. But
I mean,
people
like-
still want boxes.
So like they've done what they said. Now it's their time. Like now we see what the real demand is. Like, so it's like what I think of like now we're gonna see the real demand. The tendies are over, the flipping is over. Now you have to want the game.
it'd be really interesting to see what happens to like the Elsa card. Like,
Yeah.
does that hold? It's a $500 card right now. At
Won't be
one
for
point,
long.
at one point in the hype, it was $780.
This would be
Is that a $100 card? Is it a $300 card?
I think
Like, that's
Elsa
the
could be
question.
hard because Elsa's like Elsa's
the icon of the set.
Elsa's the
That's why I'm saying it matters. That's why I'm saying it'll be really interesting to watch that one. I have no clue. Like, I have zero.
It won't be 500. I can tell you that
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
It'll be really interesting to see that.
I think at the same time, and we've talked about like hey, this is the cut-in time, right? We're going to find out if people are really interested in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The flip side of this is accessibility, right? This game shines on the shelf. It shines as somewhere where you could go and pick up a pack anytime. If it hits MSRP, I'm now suddenly able to do box openings and stuff for people. Like I can do stuff like that on the channel. So I think part of
for what's weird, there's no troves.
Yeah, there's a crap ton of decks though.
Yeah. And there's no troves. Yeah, no troves in the restock, the last restock either. But my point is accessibility is good for Lorcana. I think this only grows the game. People are, and I'm going to hear about it, man. I make Lorcana videos. I'm going to hear about it. Look at the price. I told you it was all. It's like no, now
we all told you.
Like 1,000 people.
You told you. You told you. We all said it. Everybody said it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just annoying to have to hear on repeat when like this is a positive thing for the growth of Lorcana long term.
It's also like I know I have my qualms with a lot of what Pokemon does, I would say, but I will say this: like they have my favorite reprint policy. I will reprint any damn thing I want at any damn time I want
with my own printers, and I'll fall asleep on the printer.
Stand. If I don't like the price of a card,
I didn't tell you.
Y'all can go screw yourselves. And like that is very much like what Lorcana is saying. It's like I'm gonna reprint this until I don't want to reprint it anymore. Then I'm gonna stop.
I didn't tell you guys about the rumor. There was a commenter on one of my live streams that knows someone, and they think that there's some craziness going on there.
Wait,
what craziness?
What a tease!
You went like this.
No,
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
George, doesn't matter. Give it to us.
The speculation I got, actually, this is funny because I got it in an email, was that Lorcana owns their own printers.
No.
Is that why the print quality is so bad?
They're printing their own cards.
No.
That's shocked. That was the email.
Didn't they publicly say they're using Card Monday?
I thought so too.
Wouldn't that be on the box?
I thought so too. I don't know. You don't have a Lorcana box?
Should I go to box?
I got Google. Lorcana Carta Monday. Definitely spelled that wrong.
That definitely follows.
So that's wild speculation here.
I think that's a rumor that I'm gonna go ahead and say it's just a silly person trolling you, and it's like, oh, I got Josh to say it.
But hold on, I know, but that's the point here. That's the point here. How funny would it be if they turned the Pokemon key and they just started printing everything?
Please no. Please no, Lorcana.
How funny would that?
Please no.
The point was, it wasn't a rumor discussion. The point was, with that being the theme, how funny would it be to see him turn the other direction here and just be like, Lorcana go burr.
I'm excited. I'm excited to have boxes.
It would be hilarious.
I'm excited to have boxes on my shelf. Like to be able to like anybody who can walk in. The question I have is like, we had a bunch of people walking in on release day. Can I get Lorcana? Can I get Lorcana? Right. The answer was no, I don't have any on my shelf, right? Because, whatever. Like, now, we've seen the people who committed and who have been playing, they still want Lorcana. Those, 15, 20 people still want Lorcana. But do those other 20 people who didn't get in, do they come back? That's the real question I have for Lorcana, and it'll be interesting to see that one.
Yeah, sure. And they might not all come back in at once like they did for the first release, but I would imagine a good portion of them come back in over time. If there was interest there, it's not like they've been burned so bad they'll never come back.
Well, I had a bunch of people who didn't get the original decks, and like I'm stoked to get the original decks in stock for people to like try out and play.
The decks were still more short printed than I thought they were going to be.
For the stock? I got a ton of decks. It's weird.
I got like way more boxes than I expected and way less decks.
Yeah, it's weird. It'll be good. It's cool. I'm excited.
Congrats to Ravensburger for following through and printing.
Yeah, it seems like this really.
You know what you're doing.
They are catching up. It's nice to see them play a little catch up.
I hope we see the set 2 before Christmas too, though. I don't know if that happens or not.
I mean, they did not promise that.
No.
Like they did what they promised. Like they're way ahead of schedule. I'll be honest. I thought I was getting this restock December 23rd. Happy Merry Christmas Eve.
Now you're working.
Yeah, I mean, this is it's not even December yet.
Oh man, I get to open it with my daughter again.
Yeah, you know why?
Because Lorcana's goat.
Yeah, nailed it.
Cool. All right. Anything else to say, everybody? We hit a hard cutoff at 6 minutes ago. So.
Yep. Welcome to my life.
All right, everyone. Thank you for being here, George. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for showing up.
Always great to swing by.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to come back. I think you've been a good, reasonable guest. If you want to come back in the pod,
we'll have you on again. We'll send you.
People always say that about me, George. You're very reasonable.
No, I believe that people call you a guest a lot.
Intrusive.
That seemed like a good dig.
I think people probably call you worse.
That part's definitely true.
Thanks for watching, listening. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and Josh's channel.
Remember, Josh. You can get cheap. You can get discounted sorcery box openings and discounted Lorcana box openings.
Louis, just put him on your board.
If you're a member,
I put him on my board. All you got to do is put him on your board, and he does this.
That's all it takes.
It's great.
I don't have a board. Do you have a board?
I did when I found out he was going to do this.
All right, everyone. Be kind to the people around you. May the zoo be with you.
Remember, Josh.
Thank you.